Hey guys, welcome back to another video of What If Ads was raised by Pokemon. So those who are new in this series, please subscribe the channel and turn on the bell icon for upcoming episodes. And without any more delay, we will begin today's video. But before that, let's have a recap. So in the last video, we see that Delia was a young trainer who had just gotten in her Pokemon journey, but she stumbled upon a forest where some poachers had killed many Pokemon in that habitat, and Delia found that in the arms of a dying Charizard was a 3 to 4 years old baby with brown eyes and black hair. That traumatized baby totally took Delia's heart with compassion, and after that, she decided to adopt him and be his mother. She took him to a hotel nearby, and after that, she decided that she is going to leave her Pokemon journey and raise him. So, let's begin today's episode. The next morning, Delia paid for her room and slipped out of the hotel, cradling the child protectively against her chest. Her tiny hand clung to her shirt, his wide brown eye darting around, taking in everything over her shoulder. He was still scared, still unsure, but he watched the whole world quite curiously. The that morning, Delia had spent hours sitting with him, patiently pointing at him and saying as over, soft but firm until he hesitated, echo it back as his name, something to hold on. Then she pointed to herself and said, Mama. At first he just stared, but after a few tries he murmured it, then said it again, stronger, Mama, and he didn't stop. Mama, he called in surprise when a woman on a bicycle visited past Mama. Okay, Delia's chest tightened with warmth. He was trying. She pulled the blanket around him more securely and made her way into a clothing store. Balancing him on her hip, she awkwardly reached for a small white shirt, blue jeans, and a short blue jacket. The morning air had a bit to it. He needed warmth. And then, after a moment of hesitation, she grabbed a red and white basketball cap. Something about it felt right. At the time, she slid her trainer's card, used the scanner. The same moment the transactions went through, she hurried to the changing room, settling as down gently. He squirmed when she tried to dress him, a small growl escaping his throat, half protested, half instinct. But when she pointed at each cloth and named them shirt, pants, jacket, he tilted eyes flickering between her and the item. He repeated the words, stumbling at first, but she corrected him patiently. The small victories matters. When she finally placed the cap on his head, he blinked up at her, hands reaching to adjust it like it was something familiar. Maybe it made him feel safer. Outside as they walked through, as babble in a language she didn't understand, while rapid sounds, something between human speech and Pokemon cries. People passing by gave curious looks, some amused, some simply puzzled, but Delia didn't care. This was his voice, and she will learn it in time. A week later, Pallet Town. The journey took over a week. By the time Delia reached his mother's doorstep, exhaustion was gnawing at her bones. When the door swung open, her mother, Lauren, took one look at her and knew something bad had happened, and she is changed. Come in, Delia. Her voice was calm, but her amber eyes were already studying as, curled against Delia's chest. She shut the door, drawing the blinds. Now tell me what's going on. Delia gently sat as down on the blue sofa. He stared at it for a second, poked the cushion, then without hesitation slid to the floor, curling up the brown rug, his small hand rubbing against the fiber, his cheeks pressing onto the soft texture like a nest. Laura found her hands. Delia, how long have you had a son? Delia, exhausted, shakily running a hand over her face. A week, maybe a little more. I don't know. You don't know? And just like that, Everything spilled out. The forest, the body, the broken child clinging to a dead Charizard, naming him, holding him, keeping him safe. Laura listened, her expression unreadable until Delia finally whispered, I'm giving up on my journey. I'm going to raise him. He's my son now. For a long moment there was a silence, and then Lauren nodded once decisively. You need rest. I will take care of him for now. Delia's lips parted in protest, but Lauren simply held up a hand. Firm, final. You are exhausted. You need sleep. Go. Delia hesitated, glancing at as he was watching her, his eyes full of something unspoken fear, uncertainty. Don't leave me, she pointed at Lauren and gun, then softly reassuring stay, a word she had taught him earlier. As gaze flickered between them, he hesitated and repeated grunt. Looking at Lauren, Lauren smiled warmly grunt. He repeated it a little stronger this time. Her smile wide and good. Delia forced herself to step away, climbing the stairs to her childhood room. The moment she collapsed onto the bed, she was gone, swallowed by sleep, dreamless and deep. As and Gran. As watched as Gran sat across from him on the floor, her old wrinkled hand resting on her lap. He studied her wearily, his small fingers curled against the soft carpet. Okay, he asked hesitantly. Gran, okay? She smiled, her amber eyes warm. I'm sure. I'm okay. As and you? He frowned that word again. You. She pointed at him. As he repeated just as Mama had taught him. And then Gran made a sound, one that made her shoulders shake, her eyes crinkle up. It wasn't like the hunter's voice or the cruel laughter that came before the fire. This was different. Still hesitated. Okay. She wiped at her eyes. I'm good as I'm okay. Something in his small body relaxed just a little. He smiled, showing his teeth, not a snarl, but something lighter, something warm. Good. Okay. Gran stood and he followed her into a bright yellow room. She handed him a strange thing, a rock, but on it said food. His no twitch at this man. Nurse Barry, something familiar. She said something, nodding at. He didn't understand. He took a bite. The rock, flinching at his teeth. Something too hard. Gran made that sound again, the laughing sound. Then she gently took the rock away, handing him just the food. He bit into it. Sweet, earthly flavors filled his mouth. Sandwich, he blurted out, mouth still full. Granny made the sound again, her eyes twinkling with warmth, and for the first time since that night, the night everything burnt, he felt safe. So, guys, tell me how it was. I had made some adjustment to it. The story was quite small for this episode, so I had made some things and some things I have added to it. So that's it. And if you like this episode of this series, please tell me on the comment section. And if you like this story, how it's going, just like the video. Okay, I'll meet you in the next video. Until then, thanks for watching.